And we're back here with the second half of the second round of the 2018 Delaware Disc Golf Challenge.
And
and that's the unfortunate rollaway that I experienced in the first half. Paige has the lead. I'm in second. We also have Kristin on a tear, as well as Elaine King.
yeah, and we are teeing off for hole number 10. It's a par 5, one of those par 5 with 675 feet. And on that hole, the basket is on your left-hand side. So with the first throw, you really want to make a strong hyzer shot.
Yeah, if I'm throwing a backhand, you know it's a righty hole.
Absolutely, that's really a righty hole.
Paige throwing a mid. She's trying to get a little bit straighter finish, and I think that's perfect.
Yeah, that's absolutely perfect. The spot where you want to be.
So we've just gone through a par 5 on hole 8, and then a really difficult par 4, and now we're back at another par 5. So this course is just so much challenge, all just caked in together. Kristin a little long there, like deep into the woods on the right. Throwing a fairway driver, a Patriot, and I'm really happy with that.
Yeah, because here again you want to have your placement.
Kristin, she slipped a little bit right there.
Yeah.
Her foot slipped out, so she ended up hyzering out. Paige in the perfectly placed drive throws another shot with that same mid.
Yes, ma'am.
Just playing the fairway, the world champ style.
Yeah.
Elaine throwing that same disc that she loves so much from MVP.
Yeah.
It's pretty. I like the colors, pink and red.
Yeah. That would be my color as well.
Kristin scrambling with a sidearm and puts herself in a great position for a putt. Throwing a little Firebird up here, and I'm really happy with that. Oh, actually, I'm not happy with that. I threw it too short.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a longer putt than I expected.
And here it's also so bad, you just have that tree in the front.
Yeah, so yeah, you almost have to position yourself on the green away from that tree, especially if you have a push putt like me that goes up into it.
And for the approach, you are aiming the tree, but you don't want to hit the tree. That's so bad.
Yeah, Kristin's pretty blocked there. I don't even think she had much of a look.
Yeah.
And I'm also hoping not to hit this on my upswing. Ah! That one felt pretty good. I was kind of disappointed that didn't go in. And the rollaway. Boo.
Yeah.
That's enough to work a person.
Oh. And also to not hit the tree. I mean, that's you had again the tree there.
So a little tester. Ah, I'm starting to feel my putt. There we go. Paige with a nice cleanup for her birdie. She played that perfectly.
Yeah,
In fact,
absolutely.
she was the only birdie of the day.
Wow.
I think she went mid putter.
Yeah, that shows again, you don't need the big arm, you really need the accuracy.
So Paige extending her lead by another, and the rest of us walk away with some pars.
And now we are on hole number 11, another par 4, yes, 4 again, and as FPO we have 500 feet, and it's just straight, easy straight.
Yeah, I find the landing zone is definitely better on the left, so I'm hoping not to end up too far right, even though I'm throwing the sidearm. I got a little love there. But even the landing zone is almost like 280 straight, something
Yeah.
like that. If you go too far, you actually You block off the left side. That it seems to be the easiest place to get into the fairway. Otherwise, I think you have a bunch of 12-foot gaps, which I think Kristin will be attempting over there. But if you land early, like 280 straight, I think you have more of like a 50-foot gap on the left to approach. So choose your own adventure here if you're on the right side. Yep. There's gaps. They're just small.
Yeah, you have on your left-hand side, you have a really nice gap that you can, like a lefty or anhyzer shot or as a sidearm thrower. You have a gap there. Beautiful.
Kristin parking for second shot. That outer left side is the one I was just referring to, which I prefer. And I'm right at the edge of the circle. Elaine with a rare sidearm. Awesome. She was working on that one winter, and she was contacting me, and she'd tag me sometimes when she was doing her little videos, as I loved it.
She threw it also in the first round and today in the third round as well.
Paige sneaking in her birdie putt. Oh man, she's talking to herself there.
Yeah.
I think she's saying, let's go.
Go for it.
Woo.
Yeah, nice one.
Solid putt. And Kristin will have her tap in birdie, and
you as well.
I get well. No, I that was for I don't know if they showed my putt, but I didn't see it, but I missed it.
Oh.
I missed it. It was a good attempt. I was blocked. I had to straddle it from out edge of the circle. So Kristin and Paige with birdies, and Paige is extending her lead to 3. She's playing great.
With hole number 12, that's a really tricky hole. It's a par 4 with 520 feet. You really want to go straight. The basket is on your left-hand side, and it's really a strong left then. There is really, you want to have your placement on in the front, more left than right.
Yeah, the gap is so tight. I actually like to be a little bit long and right to give myself a look down the hill. But really, I mean, if you just can throw it straight, oh wait, like Elaine did, she's actually got a great lane. So the short tee is actually behind her disc, so there's a pretty open lane to get to the pin.
Today I saw someone throwing straight down to the street and throwing then from the street again back to the basket.
Oh yeah, there's a hyzer just behind Elaine there you could take. But I think, isn't that Road OB?
No.
No,
because it's not.
Oh, it's not pavement, it's gravel.
Yes.
That makes sense. So yeah, play to the road and throw the hyzer. I like it.
Yeah, and it's going down, and there is a lot of rocks, so you really want to make sure that your disc lands safe, because otherwise it's gonna roll down.
Yeah, these rocks are so hard to contend with. You end up just getting caught up in them, or they'll get weird deflections. So it's even when you're all the way up, it's relatively difficult to lay up and not roll away.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, slight downhill. Kristin throwing, man, she's so good with that sidearm. I'm going to quit saying that. I mean, no, I'm not. She's great with it. But leaves with a difficult putt here. And the footing is always kind of tricky with all the rocks. Paige kind of leaving that one a little short, but it stays. I think she was laying that up. She was laying that up.
Yeah.
That's smart play.
That's smart play, absolutely. Because when it rolls, then it rolls far. And
those little trees at the behind the green, well, you'll get caught up in there, not even have a look back up here to save your comebacker.
Yeah, and down there, then it's the OB, because it's yoo-hoo! Great!
Save him a par there after I hit an early tree on my second shot. I'm feeling my putt now, finally, at this point. Kristin, she's got some weird footing. You see her right foot's on that rock.
Yeah.
Another uncharacteristic miss.
Yeah.
And a roll.
What we were talking about.
Geez, I hope we didn't manifest that.
Yeah, you can call it chicken or smart. I just laid up because I didn't want to take any danger that my disc could roll.
Oh man, this basket is claiming a few casualties here. I mean, it's really one of the hardest holes out here.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's the second difficult, and nobody birdied it. And actually, there were only 4 pars on the whole thing today. So yeah, 73% bogey. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I'd say this is one of the harder holes.
absolutely.
Maybe except for the par 6 that we'll get to later. So the unfortunate double bogey there for Kristin. So Paige still in the lead by 2, and I grab one back from her.
Yeah, and here we are on the beautiful hole number 13. This is one of the par 3s. Here you really just want to go straight, and that your disc hyzered in left at the end, because the basket is then at the end on the left hand side, and special here on the right hand side you have the parking lot with the OB.
This is a very tight line as well.
Yeah.
And we all chunder our drives. I kicked off the left side, Paige kicked off, Elaine kicked off the right side, and Kristin's a little hazy, and a little kick, but she's in decent position down there. And I'm just so stuck here. You don't want to be on the left side, especially trying to throw a sidearm. But my gauge is flippy enough to get me by the basket.
Wow, beautiful upshot.
Thank you. That's tricky. Paige pitching out because she doesn't have a look from the deep trees. Elaine puts it up close. And Kristin, we still haven't gotten to Kristin's drive. Paige kind of lets that hyzer out a bit, but she's close. So Kristin was a little short and left. But again, utilizing that great sidearm, she puts herself in good position for the putt. And Elaine for her par putt. Looking good. Kristin saving her par as well. Nice scrambles. And Paige for her bogey after she had to pitch out. And yep, easy peasy. Yeah, this hole is, it's of medium difficulty. It's very birdieable, but again, like pretty much all the par 3s, none of them are really gimmies. And if you're in position like Allie Stone was, you might get the birdie like she did today.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
The only birdie in the field, actually.
Wow. Yeah, I had a birdie putt as well today, but I didn't make it. So here we are on hole number 14. This is really just straight 300 feet. It's about 98 meters. That's really a birdie hole.
I guess if any of the par 3s are, this is the one to get.
Yes.
It's no gimme, but it's very gettable.
Yeah. You just have to throw straight. So easy.
And it's a pretty big gap. It's a pretty big gap compared to the gaps that we've been throwing through.
Absolutely. It feels like, oh my God, this hole is so open.
And Kristin parking it. Paige also in range. I like this layout much better than the men's pin here, which is 370, and end up being everybody throws this drive that we all just threw and then pitches up to the basket and taps out. So actually getting a birdie look at this, as Paige just shows us, is giving us some good scoring separation. I really like the way this hole plays out.
Yeah, that really makes a difference.
And our card played it very, very well. The whole field, we had 33% birdies on this one, 20% bogeys, and 47% pars. It's a nice spread.
Yeah.
So I think the competition is tightening up a little bit. I'm within one of Paige, and then Kristin is still playing, recovered with a nice birdie there.
So, and here we are on hole number 15. This is another par 4 with 440 feet. Slightly, it's going up. Here you have 2 fairways, straight or on your left-hand side. I just saw one throwing on your left side, but all others went just straight. And you really want to be straight on the top, or then very left, but not in the middle.
Exactly right where Paige is, right there. Yeah, I agree. I actually like to be a little farther to the right.
Yeah,
because there's a couple lanes to approach the pin from. But definitely want to either get left or right, not middle like Elaine just did.
Yeah, because
it's really hard not to get to the middle though, or not to be in the middle
absolutely. Because that's the normal flight of the disc to get there, and then you really just have the front of trees in front of you, and then you have to take.
Kristin just found a ghost route and parked it for her birdie.
Yeah.
See, this is the middle. This is the middle we were talking about.
Exactly.
Paige throwing a putter out. Gives herself a look.
Yeah.
Be a long putt. Oh, sidearm.
Sidearm.
Oh, we know it's a tough lie. Oh, just getting brutalized here.
For me here, it was also the strategy, just try to get safe around those trees and don't try too hard to go for the par. For the birdie.
Yeah, just get to the open areas,
yes,
right?
And then nice approach and just
Elaine
take your
with
par.
another tough lie.
Yeah.
And she handles it very well, as per usual. Paige from just outside the circle for her birdie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I also really like the strategy to play to the right or to the left. There's also an Anheuser off the tee that you could throw if you really wanted to get.
Exactly. You have 2 fairways, but you have to have a big arm to get around all those trees for the Annie, or a good sidearm as well.
Sure.
A long sidearm.
Yeah. The field played this pretty well. I like the scoring separation: 33% birdies, 20% bogeys. And Paige and I are neck and neck. She got me by 1 going into hole 16.
So hole number 16. This is another par 4 with 515 feet. And here you just wanna be like on the right hand side, because then the basket is just more on your right hand side, where you can see the cameraman now.
Yeah, that's a good kick for Kristin. I kind of want to be straight as far as I can, but if I can get really far right, there's like a 16-foot wide gap to throw to the pin too. So it's but for a backhand, I'm not sure how a backhand would get all the way over there. Elaine gets a kick over this dead tree, which is a little bit tricky, but she might have a lane up that right side. There she goes, that I was kind of talking about. It gives you an open shot. The middle is very doable, but there are a couple trees to navigate. So this big one on the right there is always kind of in your vision. Lots of lanes, but they're all tight. And then the green, when you're approaching, has stumps, which I just got stumped, and then rocks to make your footing more difficult.
It's like a full stop for the disc. There is no slides. You really have to make a placement.
Yeah, it needs to just like right there.
Yeah.
So Elaine with an upshot. Yeah, relatively close. Paige for her birdie putt.
Good kick.
This one played as medium difficulty for the field. here for my birdie putt. I'm kind of blocked by that tree. I'm trying to throw an Anheuser there, but it did not go left, or did not go right at all. Elaine, to save her par. Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah, the only birdie on this hole was Miss Katrina Allen on the second card. She's coming strong. Trying to make a push for the lead card tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah. And yeah.
So a bunch of pars. Oh, there were some birdie looks. We just need to make those long putts. So
Yeah.
it's a good hole. I like it.
So now the lovely hole number 17, my favorite one. It's a par 5. It feels like a par 6.
At least.
Yeah, it's really a hard one. It's you want to go straight, and then it makes a little bit left, and again straight on a little hill. You then see the basket.
Kristin with an early tree, a kick left. Paige and I are off there on the right-hand side, which I actually like to be over there. It seems to have a pretty open lane for my sidearm. Elaine throwing her patented turnover with that MVP disc with a pretty good kick there.
It's a really
Kristin
tough
with
hole,
a
but
power sidearm through the. I don't even know where she found those gaps, but she put herself in a great spot.
Perfect spot, absolutely.
This
Yes,
hole.
so this
3 big drives at least.
Yeah. And
Okay.
this par 5 is 860 feet long. It's one of the longest par 5.
You can see this from the right. So this is the view from the right side. It's a pretty big gap.
Yeah.
The left side, I think, is much smaller gaps, which Kristin navigated just now with a sidearm. And turning a little too much. You can see the second card up there on the green. The beautiful elevated green, actually.
Yes.
Great turnover. Working her way up the fairway. She's played pretty much the middle fairway of the entire hole. Paige as well. She pulled out a little right. It's kind of dicey over there.
Yes, because then you have again this front of little trees.
Look at that green, those steps. So pretty. Threw that a little wide, caught a tree. And now for her, I believe her 4th shot. Elaine caught a little tree. She'll have a long look for birdie. And Kristin also with a long look for birdie after an early tree kick. So she's really powered up that fairway since then.
Nice
to skip
kick.
up the hill. How's
Yeah,
that? That's world
good.
champ love right there. Throwing a hyzer here, trying to get up onto that hill, but I got a few trees to navigate, and I get kind of a crappy kick and a weird roll, and well, there you go. That's for my par putt down there. Elaine gets herself up on top. She's throwing that little sidearm.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's just a little out of range. But, we said it was a par 6, right?
Yeah.
We mentioned that.
Yeah, I mean, what does the statistics say about that hole?
It's definitely the hardest hole. Averages 1.73 over par today. And nobody parred it in the whole field. Everyone bogeyed it. 0% birdie, 0% par, 100% bogey. 6s, 7s, and 8s. So there's still score separation. It's just all in the bogey zone.
Yeah.
Tough hole.
Yeah, it's really it's one of the toughest hole.
So yeah, we got some bogey issues there, but par. We'll call it par.
Yeah.
And our final hole.
So yeah, exactly. Hole number 18, the final hole, 500 feet. Again, you have some trees, but you really just want to be straight, and then at the end a little bit left, so then you have a good upshot to the basket, but not where Kristin is actually.
And I pulled it a little left on my shot, so I have some work to do on the left side. I like where Paige put hers. She probably wanted to go a little further. She threw that a little low,
Yes,
but
you want to pass that tree in front of you.
maybe Elaine will show us how it's done. I would say that's pretty close. She's a little blocked, but she'll be able to manage that. Kristin with a sidearm out. Wow.
Beautiful.
Wow. That was a tight line she chose.
Yes.
Paige with her approach.
Oh.
Early tree. Man.
Yeah, you really want to pass those trees from the tee bed.
Looked like her footing. She got kind of caught up in her footing, a little bit like her weight was shifted back or something. So with her third shot, she'll be trying to save her par from outside the circle. Elaine with her second shot. Slow turning. Yeah, and I think that's inside the circle. Yeah. I'm super blocked here. I'm hoping this gets through this bush. There's like this little gap.
Yeah.
And it does. And I got a
good
really
kick.
favorable kick there. Paige for par. Oh, yeah, it's still a little slippery out there. We got really lucky with the weather.
Absolutely.
So far. We thought it was going to be torrential downpours with the hurricane coming in, and we had beautiful weather, actually. Just a little muddy, especially the first day. Kristin not happy with that run. And Elaine for birdie. Just a little wide. And I'm scrambling. I scrambled, but this is also for my birdie. And that was the first jump putt I think I made all tournament. But there you go. Better late than never.
Yeah, exactly. And a good and nice finish.
And Paige for bogey. Double bogey. Bogey. Single bogey.
So what?
So that was kind of an important hole there.
Absolutely.
From going from one behind Paige, I now take the lead by one on the final hole.
Yeah, and then...
So that'll make for some interesting drama coming into the last round.
Yeah, and stick with the game, play, be focused.
Yeah.
Stay with your game plan.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
It's all, those final round nerves always come into play. So.
Yeah.
It'll be a fun day. So thank you all for joining us. That was the second round of the Delaware Disc Golf Challenge, and we have a good battle going into the final day. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Natalie.
I thank you.
We'll have myself, Paige, Kristin, and Katrina tomorrow.
Bye.
I'm the Disc Golf Guy, and I've caught up with our leader after 2 rounds, Sarah Hokom. Sarah, carving lines out there, trying to find the spaces between the trees, which sounds like great advice from Elaine yesterday. What's been your game plan, your mentality out at this course?
Definitely forward progress, taking the big hole. If I'm in trouble, pitching out. A lot of these holes, if you do get in the rough, you can still pitch out and still possibly get your par. So that's mostly my focus. And, putting, of course.
Yeah, it looked like you weren't quite on point for round 1, but today you cleaned that up a little bit. Just feeling better, or did you work on anything overnight?
I always kind of work on putting. I had just a slightly different focus. I was missing right, so I was just trying to keep my arm on the pole today, and yeah, it worked out. I've been having some putting issues up through Worlds, so this is nice to come out and putt relatively decent. I was a little less accurate off the tee today, but I think I scrambled well. So yeah, it was overall good. The competition's super tight. 5-6 strokes can be, had on one hole, maybe more like 3, but it only takes a little bit out here, so it'll be a battle tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, the current world champ is on my tail, and then there's a couple other talented players. Kristin and I think Kat will be on the lead card, so I'm looking forward to that group.
Certainly a very talented group. Now, speaking of scramble, hole 18 was really the difference between you and Paige ultimately today. She had you by a stroke going into the hole. You come out ahead of her at the end of 18, and it was a great scramble from that left side.
Yeah, I had a little tiny gap between the bushes, and then I made a jump putt. I think it might have been the only jump putt I made this round, so that was, I guess, better late than never.
Exactly. It's never too late for a birdie, I say.
True. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All
for
right.
sure.
All right. Well, this is Sarah Hokom. Her and the current world champion, Paige Bjerkaas, seem to be battling it out. We'll see if it's going to be one of those two or if someone else can make a charge during the third and final round. This is the Delaware Challenge presented by Innova Discs. We'll catch you guys tomorrow.